the cavity-reversing tooth powder that makes going to the dentist unnecessary. My remineralizing toothpaste is one of my most visited posts, and I've gotten a lot of emails from people who have switched and love it. After my husband and I both remineralized our teeth and reversed cavities, I'm definitely a convert to natural toothpastes and a supportive diet. Many Americans today are prone to tooth decay because of their food choices. According to Dr. Weston O. Price, a dentist, tooth decay and oral health in general starts on the inside. He says, phytic acid in grains, nuts, seeds and beans represents a serious problem in our diets. Phytic acid is the principal storage form of phosphorus in many plant tissues, especially the bran portion of grains and other seeds. It contains the mineral phosphorus tightly bound in a snowflake-like molecule. In humans and animals with one stomach, the phosphorus is not readily bioavailable. In addition to blocking phosphorus availability, the arms of the phytic acid molecule readily bind with other minerals, such as calcium, magnesium, iron and zinc, making them unavailable as well. In this form, the compound is referred to as phytate. Phytic acid not only grabs onto or chelates important minerals, but also inhibits enzymes that we need to digest our food, including pepsin, needed for the breakdown of proteins in the stomach, and amylase, needed for the breakdown of starch into sugar. Trypsin, needed for protein digestion in the small intestine, is also inhibited by phytates. Through observation I have witnessed the powerful anti-nutritional effects of a diet high in phytate-rich grains on my family members, with many health problems as a result, including tooth decay. The only downfall to my homemade toothpaste is that it can leave a residue on sinks, and there can be some concerns with the coconut oil if you have a septic system. I've also recently discovered the many benefits of healing clays and wanted to figure out how to incorporate this into our oral health regime, but there were some definite texture issues with the clays and coconut oil. I wondered if a healing tooth powder would work, and I couldn't be happier with the results. It is easier to make than the toothpaste, and you can use actual powdered herbs and spices instead of the essential oils, which saves money. I've recently started using a mix of this and or a wellness brushing blend, and my teeth have never felt cleaner, and are continuing to whiten. Why tooth powder? The main ingredient in this tooth powder is bitoite clay, which I've recently become a huge fan of. Not only does it bind to and draw out heavy metals and toxins, a huge plus for the mouth, but it is alkaline and full of minerals. It can be taken internally to help with toxin removal, so it is safe for use in the mouth, and it contains calcium, magnesium and silica, which are nourishing for the teeth. According to Mountain Rose Herbs, bitoite is very unusual in the fact that once it becomes hydrated, the electrical and molecular components of the clay rapidly change and produce an electrical charge. Its highest power lies in the ability to absorb toxins, impurities, heavy metals and other internal contaminants. Bitoite clay's structure assists it in attracting and soaking up poisons on its exterior wall, and then slowly drawing them into the interior center of the clay, where it is held in a sort of repository. To state it another way, bitoite is a swelling clay. When it becomes mixed with water, it rapidly swells open like a highly porous sponge. From here the toxins are drawn into the sponge through electrical attraction, and once there, they are bound. It is also extremely gentle and has a milder taste for kids. I also use bitoite clay for facial masks, healing poultices and when drying hair naturally to keep color on. The other ingredients are supportive of the mouth as well. Baking soda is alkaline and contains minerals. It also helps remove stains. Calcium powder provides extra calcium and magnesium to provide minerals and whiten. Cloves powder is naturally antibacterial and gives a great taste. Cinnamon is also antibacterial, tastes great and helps discourage bacterial growth in the mouth. Mint tastes great and is soothing to the gums. Xylitol completely optional and adds sweetness. Tooth powder recipe. Ingredients: 4 tablespoons bitoite clay, 3 tablespoons calcium powder, 1 tablespoon baking soda, optional. 2 tablespoons powdered mint leaf, optional, or can use essential oil, powder in blender, food processor or coffee grinder. 1 tablespoon cinnamon powder, or this kind. 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of cloves powder. 1 tablespoon, or more to taste, xylitol powder. Essential oils for taste completely optional, but peppermint, spearmint and cinnamon are good. Instructions: mix the ingredients in a bowl or pint-size mason jar and store in a small glass jar with a lid. We actually have a separate small glass jar for each family member since we dip our toothbrushes in it. Mix with a spoon or shake to incorporate ingredients. This recipe makes about 3/4 cup of tooth powder which lasts us 4 months. You can adjust the recipe up or down, use teaspoons instead of tablespoons for smaller amounts. This will last indefinitely on the counter since there are no liquid ingredients and all of the ingredients naturally discourage bacterial growth. You can customize the powder to your taste and all of the herbal ingredients are optional. Bitterite or baking soda would actually work alone or together as a tooth powder, this one just tastes great. You could also add more cloves, mint and cinnamon for an even more concentrated powder. This type of cinnamon has a higher concentration of beneficial oils and tastes sweeter. How to use tooth powder. Wet the toothbrush. I use a base brush from Oral Wellness since it is super gentle on the gums and cleans better, and dip into the powder. I also add a few drops of Oral Wellness brushing blend. Brush using the base brushing technique until teeth are clean. Rinse with cool water. Can be used daily, or multiple times daily, and is fine for adults and kids. My oral health regime. My teeth have never been whiter or healthier, according to my dentist, thanks to my oral health regime. It includes a healthy diet that supports oral health and a specific brushing regime. This is what I do daily, that reversed cavities for both my husband and me. Brush with activated charcoal powder to kill bacteria, remove toxins and whiten. Don't do this every day now but every couple of days. Brush with tooth powder or remineralizing toothpaste with a few drops of brushing blend. Rinse mouth. Finish my rubbing a few drops of brushing blend on my gums and tongue to discourage bacterial growth, especially at night, and because it tastes great. Repeat 1 or more times a day. Source: http://wellsmama.com http://www.gethelistachilth.com/44829//the-cavity-reversing-tooth-powder-that-makes-going-to-the-dentist-unnecessary.
Debt Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.